We've been doing this channel for YouTube for some time now, and what we normally do for you new guys out there is we'll feature a different airsoft gun or different accessories for airsoft. And I have to say, I've really been pleased with the reaction that we've had in the way of people that have been tuning in every week and just overall subscribing and so on. And I've noticed that a lot of you guys ask some really good questions, and some of you guys ask some really stupid questions, but there are some good questions mixed in there, and I'd like to be able to answer them in a timely fashion, but I just don't always have the time to do it. So I thought this week I'd take a little bit of time and answer your frequently asked questions. One question I get a lot that I probably need to be a little more forthcoming about is, where is our store located? We are in Severna Park, Maryland, located just south of Baltimore on the east coast of the United States. We get a lot of people emailing us looking for either special orders or do we ship international, and the answer to both of those is yes. Best bet is get in touch with us on our email address at ReplayAirsoft@yahoo.com and let us know exactly what it is that you're looking for and any special features, and we'll get you all the information as to pricing and availability and when we can ship it out. One comment I've seen is, why don't we list the prices for the different products that we show on our video? Well, the thing is, the prices change from a week-to-week basis depending on the availability and the different suppliers that we get them from. So you may be watching this video 6 months or a year after it was actually produced, and the prices have probably changed since then. So the best bet is, if you want to get up-to-date pricing, contact us on our email address and let us know exactly what it is that you're looking for, and we'll get you the up-to-date pricing and availability on that product. One question I get quite often is, how do I go about getting a higher velocity or a higher FPS on my airsoft gun? Well, the easiest way, if you've got an electric Aeg, is to put in one of these aftermarket springs in the gearbox. Now, if you've got a plastic gearbox, you're probably not going to be able to do it, so this is pretty much limited to the metal gearbox guns that are out there, and you have to keep in mind a few things if you're planning on doing it. First of all, this puts a lot more tension on both the gears and the motor, so it can wear them out a lot faster, so you may want to consider going ahead and putting higher quality gears and motors into your gearboxes, because a lot of the ones that come with the stock guns are just not going to be able to handle it. Number two, with the higher velocity, you may not be able to use that gun in certain places, like CQB ranges and indoor ranges generally have a limit to the velocity, and if you're getting up over 300 feet per second, you're probably not going to be able to use your guns in those venues. You know, I know a lot of you guys would like to be able to do these kind of modifications at home, and I've known a few people that have actually been able to get away with it and do it right. But the vast majority of people I deal with on a daily basis are dealing with all kinds of headaches because they tried to stick custom parts into an airsoft gearbox. Now, the thing you have to consider is that the manufacturers of these airsoft guns put a lot of time and effort into engineering these gearboxes to work with the existing parts that they put in them. So when you start changing the equation by changing spring tensions or by changing gear ratios, you're apt to cause more problems than you're going to solve. Which personally I don't mind so much, because we get paid to fix those problems here. But I have to say, my best advice to you guys when it comes to modifying airsoft guns is that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. One question I've had a few times is, what is the minimum age that I recommend for shooting airsoft guns? And I say that really depends on the maturity level of the person shooting the gun. Now, I've known some 5-year-olds that have a higher maturity level than some 20-year-olds that are out there, so it really depends on the individual. But what I mostly think is that if you're dealing with kids that are under the age of 18, I think they should be under adult supervision at all times. That way, if you're just turning your kids loose with an airsoft gun in the neighborhood and wondering why there's all kinds of trouble going on out there, you really only have yourself to blame for that. But in general, as far as the youngest age that I'd recommend to shoot an airsoft gun, just depends on the individual shooting it, and just so long as the person supervising them doesn't mind getting shot at, it's all good with me. People are always asking me, which model of airsoft gun do I recommend for certain kinds of airsoft shooting? Well, here it is. The gun that I recommend for CQB is also the same gun that I recommend for sniping, is also the same gun that I recommend for indoor shooting, is the same gun that I recommend for outdoor shooting, and that is the M4. Why? Because there are more parts available for this gun than any other gun out there on the market. You know, as a store owner, I will sell you any kind of airsoft gun that you want. immediately after I get done telling you about why I recommend the M4. I know a lot of kids like to play with the exotic guns that are out there, and I don't mind selling them to you, but I have to say I get absolutely no satisfaction out of selling a kid a gun and then having him come back with a broken gun and needing parts and having to make him wait a week or two in order to just get the parts in stock. Where with an M4, I can guarantee you we'll get you back up and running within a few days. So you tell me, which is better? You have a broken gun on the wall that looks really cool, or a functional gun that you can use on a day-to-day basis? One really great question I got is, what is the most important thing to consider when I'm buying an airsoft gun? Well, to me, when I look at one of these things, this is a machine. And sooner or later, no matter how expensive this thing is, it's going to break down. So the most important thing to me is, how easy is it to get parts for this gun? How is the availability of parts and accessories so that when this thing eventually does break down, that I'll be able to get it up and running as fast as possible? You know, there are some people that'll look at an airsoft gun and say, well, does it look cool when I hold it like this? Or when I hold it up when it has a scope on it, does it look the way that I want? Or do other people have these guns and will I look different by having this gun myself? To me, those are kind of silly reasons for buying an airsoft gun. To me, the most important thing is that it goes every time you pull the trigger, and what will keep it doing that for the most amount of time. Another really great question that I got is, which do I recommend for rifles, Aegs or gas blowbacks? Well, it really depends on what your motivations are for going out and shooting airsoft. If you want to get the most realistic shooting gun that has all of the moving parts like an actual gun, that actually field strips like an actual rifle, I recommend the gas blowbacks. Now, if you want something that's a little more efficient for shooting, I recommend the Aegs or the electric guns that are out there. Why? Well, the gas blowback guns don't work well in colder weather, so you'll notice that you'll get less shots out of one of these if you're shooting in under 30 degrees, where an Aeg you can pretty much shoot in just about any kind of, environmental conditions that you want. So you really need to consider, what do you want? Do you want a realistic gun? Then consider the gas blowback. If you want something more efficient that'll work in more environments, you'll want to consider the Aeg. One question we get all the time is, what is the best way for people to communicate with us? Should you call us? Should you do something on our Facebook page? Should you comment at the bottom of the video? Well, actually, the best way to do it is to email us at ReplayAirsoft@yahoo.com. That way I have one place where I get all of my information. I can check it on a daily basis and give you answers to your questions in a timely fashion. You can leave comments on the videos, but we've got like 30 or 40 or how many videos that are out there that we do every year. So the idea that I'm going to be able to go through each video on a daily basis to see if there's some new comment on there is really not very practical. So best bet, send us an email, ReplayAirsoft@yahoo.com, and that way we can research your question, find you the right answers, and get back with you as quickly as possible. Every week towards the end of our video, we usually ask you to either check us out on our website or to like us on Facebook. And apparently for some folks this is a bit of a technical issue, so we're going to give you a step-by-step on how to actually get to our website and to our Facebook page. First of all, from any video that you're watching of us, you'll see a small black and white icon that has a picture of me holding a pistol. If you just click on that icon, that'll take you to our main video page where you can see all the different videos that we have to offer. At the top of that page, you'll see a large rectangle that at the lower right-hand corner says, check out our website. So if you click on that, that will take you directly to our main website where you can see all of the goods and services that we have to offer. And we'll try to keep that updated so that if there's anything new out there, we'll post it on the website and you can get that information a little quicker. Also in that same box, you'll notice a blue and white F in the lower right-hand corner. That'll take you to our Facebook page. So if you click on that, you'll zoom over to our Facebook page, and what can you do there? Well, first of all, it's a good opportunity for a lot of you airsoft guys to interconnect with each other. So if you're trying to start a team or you're trying to share some information about stuff, this is a good spot for you to do it, where you can just get on and just vent about something if you want. And while you're there, you can like us. And somebody once said that it was a good thing for you to like us. I'm not sure exactly why it's a good thing, but while you're there, go ahead and like us, and hopefully I'll make some money off of it or something. I'm not sure exactly what, but give it a shot and see what happens. So those are the best questions that we've had off of our comments section. We have a lot of other things that people have asked about, like doing custom work for people, which we actually do here. So if you've got something specific you're looking for, just email us the specifications and we'll give you a price and availability on what we can do for you. So if you have any other questions, feel free to email us or stop by the showroom. We'll be glad to take some time and get you exactly what you need the first time. So until then, we'll see you the next time.